Hey Nolan, why was this the right time for you to change schools, and was this your ultimate landing spot?
Well, I think at the end of the day, when I was going through my recruiting process, it kind of came down between here and Wisconsin. At that time, there was just a few more things that on the pros and cons sheet that Wisconsin outbalanced. And I really enjoyed my 3 years at Wisconsin, and I love the guys there, the staff. But at that point, I just felt like it was a great opportunity for me to move on and have some greener pastures and have a better opportunity to get on the field.
Why is this a greater opportunity, you think?
I really like the coaching style that Coach Trout uses. I love that he's a huge technician, and he's really hands-on with his guys, which I really appreciate, and I thought was a good opportunity for me to learn as well.
Nolan, can you describe what technical stuff you think like you have to get better at?
Yeah, I think in the run game, just my second step coming off the ball is just need to be a little bit quicker. Just getting that down and reacting to whether the DN's spiking inside or looping around. Just reaction to the defense, I think. And then on pass pro, just sitting back and getting my head back, pretending like I don't have a helmet on and making sure I'm keeping my head out in the punch and really delivering some force.
How much weight you put on since you're here?
Since I've been here, I think I came in at around 300, and at the start of spring ball I was at 315. So I'd say nutrition's been pretty awesome here.
How'd you go about doing that? Like, what are some of the keys to putting on good weight?
I think nutritionist has been a really great help, just especially when you have busy weeks of practice and class, just being able to fit those meals in and making sure it's good calories too. So they provide a lot of good meals here, and it's been a lot of opportunity for success in that way.
You played with your brother at Wisconsin. Obviously now you're here where your parents are both alums. Football kind of a family affair for you all. Coach mentioned your parents have been in practice a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, what has this been like just to kind of come back home, be with family, and get to kind of continue your career with family around you?
Well, I know my parents have appreciated only having a 2-hour drive versus a 14, and just the fact that they can get out here, and now I can get home on the weekends too. Just last Easter I was able to get back and see my grandparents, and just having those kind of opportunities has been awesome. Just having the family out here and also having that connection here. I know my parents really love and appreciate this place, so I'm sure I'm doing them happy.
Nolan, you're a few years removed from telling this coaching staff thanks but no thanks on the recruiting trail. When you kind of had the round two, what was it like breaking ice with them again, and what were those conversations like? Because it seemed to happen pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is, especially at the end of my recruiting process, was just how cordial the coaches were. They respected my decision, and I respected theirs. And at the end of the day, when it came around to coming back to this place, they were just as awesome as the first time around in recruiting, and I really appreciated that.
What have you learned about yourself and the guys you're battling with at right tackle so far throughout these 9 spring practices?
I've really appreciated the competition. I think Anthony Donko and some other guys really stepped my game up and made sure I'm preparing every way that I can in the right ways, especially even after practice, making sure I'm getting right in the weight room and in the film room as well, making sure I'm getting up on my mistakes and making sure I'm fixing them and doing the right things in between practice to make sure I can still compete.
Nolan, correct me if I'm wrong, but your work on game days, at least at Wisconsin, came at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So what went into the adjustment to the right side, and how do you feel that transition's gone?
I think it's been great. It's definitely a little bit weirder of a transition than you'd think going between left and right, especially in the pass sets. Just making sure you're getting those extra reps outside of football. That way when you're in practice, feels natural. So I've been doing both left and right during practice recently, and I've felt pretty natural switching between both. It's just the matter of flipping the plays in your head and making sure you're doing the right things with the footwork.
What's your natural hand?
I think I played like most of my career at left tackle. I definitely switched between right and left at Wisconsin during like spring ball and stuff, but I'd say I'd probably feel most comfortable at left, but I'm starting to feel really comfortable at right.
What do you think your ideal weight would be?
I'd like to get to 320 for the beginning of the season. I think having this summer opportunity to train will really get me there. Just the way the nutrition's been going, and 15 pounds in a few months, I think I can get to that goal, and I think I can still move there. Just the way I've been able to still be athletic at 315. I'm hoping that translates to 320.
You're in the transfer portal. Just how important are those previous relationships?
Yeah, I think in the recruiting process, just being cordial with every coach, even if you don't commit to their school, making sure that they know they're still appreciated. And that was definitely an important piece for me when I was coming back around the second time. It's just the fact that you've built those relationships for years, and they can still be there when you're in the portal. So I really appreciate the coaching staff for how welcoming they've been, and also the guys here.
What's your relationship been like with Drew Alex since you've been here?
He's been a great dude. We've gone to some brunches together just to get to know the rest of the team, and him, Nick Dawkins and those guys. They've all been super welcoming, and I feel like really part of the team at this point.
Yeah, obviously this is home, but it's hard to adjust to a new program. Do you feel like this program embraces transfers? There's been a few on the offensive line at times, but they say they do. Do you actually feel that?
Absolutely. I felt nothing but love from these guys, especially just coming in those first few weeks. Really made my transition easy because it was a pretty quick transition going from playing in our bowl game on the 1st and being in classes on the 8th. So I had a lot to figure out as far as where I was going to live, where I was driving, stuff like that. So these guys have been really awesome, really welcoming, and have been nothing but appreciative of it.
How important was it for you to get that extended action in the bowl game with Wisconsin? I know James referenced it as kind of important for them to see as kind of a reference point, but what did you gain from that?
Sure. I think I gained a lot of confidence just going out there and having fun and playing. Obviously, if you don't get a whole lot of time during the season, it's a little bit difficult to stay fresh and stay ready during the season. I think those reps at the end of that game really just helped me to know that I can still go out there and do it and just have fun. At the end of the day, it's all football is all about. It's just being able to go out there and really enjoy your experience.
Your dad played.
What do you remember about what the staff told you when you said you were coming here and how they envisioned you? What was kind of their pitch to you this time around?
Well, I know they had some opportunities just with their 2 starting tackles leaving. I think a really good thing that Coach Trout did was, work my way up from the bottom of the roster and pay respects to those guys that have been in the room. Because I know how I would feel, obviously, if there was someone who came in and automatically started over me. So I think just being able to work from the bottom and get those reps and get those time in the film room and stuff, and get with the guys, I think has been a really great learning opportunity for me.
Your dad played O-line at a very high level. How much of a sounding board has he been, and does he continue to be, or does he try to say, hands off and what you do?
No, absolutely. Like just last weekend, I was home with him, and we just went over film from practice, and he has a lot of really good tips and pointers for me, especially in my, my pass sets and stuff. So just having that wealth of knowledge at home, and having a guy like that being, as well as my high school coach throughout the years, has been infinitely helpful for me.
You ever watch tape with him playing? And how
absolutely. I've
small
seen some Super Bowl highlights, some lowlights, but yeah, he's an awesome guy, and I've been really happy to have him as a resource.
Well, have you compared notes at all with Julian? 2 guys who had big-time recruitments here in the state of Pennsylvania. Penn State was charging after you both. You went somewhere else in the Big Ten. Now you're back together. I don't know how well you know him, but have you 2 kind of shared your stories with each other at all? Yeah, obviously when you have 2 guys from in-state who come back, you definitely share that kind of relationship. And Julian's an awesome guy. I think we've been planning on hopefully at some point getting out on the golf course here when it gets a little warmer, a little less rainy. But Julian's an awesome dude, and he's been thriving in this offense, which has been great to see. So I wish nothing but success for him this season.
Talk about your
2 more guys.
Obviously, his parents have connections here, and you've been here a few times. How excited are you to just step out on that Beaver Stadium turf?
I think just the fact that I can have my parents and my family there, but all my high school buddies can come up to games now. It's not such a trip for them, and just having the opportunity to play in front of a home crowd, I'm super excited just to get out there and experience that first home game, and I'm looking forward to it.